when it hurts like this.
Ursula's designs can take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours for hair extensions and clip-on hair, and up to 6 hours on natural hair. The hairdresser says her phone is filled with thousands of photos she saves to use as a reference when coloring hair, but sometimes her clients bring in their own ones. We may look for a reference photo before I start working, just make sure we are on the same page, or, if they are more flexible and trusting, I may just work from the concept mentally and find an appropriate image to match it to later, said Ursula. I come up with a lot of ideas on my own, but collaborating with many of my clients also leads me to do work that I normally wouldn't think of or maybe even wouldn't want to do, and it can force me out of my comfort zone and give me completely new ideas to work from. The result is that I am constantly challenged, and I am even pleasantly surprised sometimes. Some of the hairdresser's designs can even take a few appointments to complete, especially if the clients want something specific. So some hair color you see on my social media is actually transitional. Other times, they come in with their old color and they ask me what their options are at that moment, so we will talk about that and can sometimes settle things that way, says Ursula. Or they may come in and say something like, I don't care what we do so long as there's a lot of green. So then I might say, green like a beetle. And then show them the bunches of photos I have saved on my phone of iridescent green beetles, and we might work out a way to try to convey that concept through hair color. Ursula says art runs in her family and she has older siblings who taught her a couple of things when growing up. She also says she used to draw all the time ever since she entered kindergarten and managed to work out a lot of stuff on her own. I attended 2 quarters of art school as a fashion major but dropped out. Then I transferred to the University of Texas to major in psychology, but I dropped out again, shared the hairstylist. I came crawling back home and was waitressing when I decided to go to cosmetology school at the local community college on a whim because they offered me a full academic scholarship. I did ultimately go back to school in 2010 to successfully complete my degree in psychology. Ursula started teaching private art lessons and doing commissioned artwork when she was 14 and even taught in an elementary school for a year. Doing hair actually feeds my creativity pretty well. But I missed doing art after a while, so that's why I started doing design, illustration, painting reproductions on hair a few years ago, says the hairstylist. Now I only work part-time in the salon for health reasons, so it's freed up a lot of time for me. As a result, I've been experimenting with new types of art and am making an effort to sell more of it as well, since I haven't set out to sell any artwork in over a decade.